What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. In today's video, I'm here to bring you guys the news, and honestly, they're not the best news, and I'm so shocked in a way that they haven't changed some particular blessings that we really thought that they will actually adjust, and they just flipped it all around. I'm personally not very excited about what I'm about to share with you guys, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I really thought that when they introduced the Awakening, the blessings, considering how stupid the prices are for the soul stones, etc., how hard it is to get them, the blessings are meant to take your champions to the next level. Like, to be, wow, my champion is so much better with this now. I definitely want to get Awakening on my other champions, you know? But it seems like they don't really agree with us with some particular blessings. And if we're having a quick look before we're going to move over to that, I just want to point quick something out because this is going to just make more sense once I'm going to get into it. So all the blessings that we have right here, only 2-3 of them, they make sense in PvE content. And that's about it. Like, for the majority of the champions, I'm not talking about very niche builds and particular solo strategies or whatever where it's extremely niche for you to build a champion like that. I'm talking about the general use of blessings in PvE content. They gave us Phantom Touch, which is great for clan boss, etc. Then they gave us Brimstone, which again is great for all sort of content. Crushing Rend is amazing if you manage to get it to 6-star or 5-star at least. Then you start to notice a pretty good improvement on your champions. And of course we have one more, which is Hero Soul, and this is great all the way up to stage 20. After, it becomes completely almost irrelevant, I would say. It's not that great anymore. It can work on Hydra, but again, it's not that amazing. So of course, when you're only gonna give us this many blessings out of 20 of them, or how many we have in the game, 24 actually to be more specific, is a no-brainer that most of the people will pick the 2 blessings that they gave us to play with. We're not gonna go on, I don't know, on Dark Resolve on my clan boss team because it's useless, right? And nobody's gonna do it. So that's kind of like how they've done it. So let me just explain you why I had to tell you what I've just told you. So this is what Platinum said right here. We've already announced that some of the blessings will be rebalanced in the next update, and as the release is right around the corner, which most probably, guys, is gonna happen either Wednesday, either Thursday, just so you know, that's when the patch is gonna go live. It's important to say that with all due respect to the impact of blessings, it's really important for them to work as smoothly as intended. They've identified several blessings that needed some adjustment in order to bring them all in line and ensure some choices are not inherently better than others, which is still not going to happen. Bring in new blessings, change some of the others, and then it might not happen. But as long as you limit us with the 2 good blessings, of course, we're gonna go for the 2 good blessings. So they've adjusted 11 blessings in total. Brimstone and Phantom Touch were the 2 blessings that became a no-brainer choice because of the benefits they provided, even on Awakening level 1. God damn it. Is that it? I mean, Polymorph vaulted literally 50 champions. Romantus, High Accuracy Kymars, Madame Series, etc., etc., Cetalia, and I can keep on going. All those champions are mainly vaulted because Polymorph, even at 1-star, is just OP. Then we have Lightning Cage, which is super OP as well because you can now remove the buff. Then we have Temporal Chains, which stacks and decreases the speed like crazy. So if those blessings are not the most impactful ones in the game, I don't know what to say anymore. That means that, yeah, I'm a pleb, I have no idea how this game works. True, Brimstone and Phantom Touch did affected a lot of people, and it helped a lot of people in a positive way to enable them to reach the 1k Ultra Nightmare or 2k Ultra Nightmare if they were very close to it. But it doesn't mean that that's it. I'm taking 5 champions, I'm giving this to blessings, and bang, I'm gonna 1k Ultra Nightmare. No, if you are very close to it, yes, it will make a big, a bit of an impact to help you out with that. Brimstone is not even that amazing. Like, this is the one blessings that I'm constantly saying that we've overhyped it, thinking that it's gonna be much better than it is. If we're talking about Hydra, it's only really good on 2 of the heads because the other ones, they only have 1 skill. Another one is not going to use the second skill if your team has block debuffs. You cannot control it with an AoE champion where it's going to go, and it's going to land whenever it wants. So Brimstone honestly is not that amazing. Yes, it does have an impact on clan boss. It can bring you 2-3 million more damage on a run, but that's not breaking the game. Same with Phantom Touch as well. So I don't know how they're saying that these were a no-brainer. That's kind of like my whole point. That's why I showed you what blessings we have in the game, so you get an idea, you know. So they were never intended to limit the variety like that. Just do more blessings that are efficient in that content. Don't do extra damage from poisons only for arena. Extra damage from HP burn only from arena when nobody can use that in arena because of polymorph. Like, that's a no-brainer right there. But they've modified quite a few of them. 9 of them, they got a bit of an improvement, more or less. I mean, Temporal Chain definitely didn't got another improvement. We're gonna go over all the blessings. Sorry for the rant, guys. It's just I just don't get a no-brainer thing when you have much more complicated things in the game. So we're gonna start with Chainbreaker. Here we go. We're gonna start left to right. These are all the blessings. We have them before and after. We're gonna be able to see what exactly changed, right? So they actually removed the cooldown on Chainbreaker, which at the start of this champion's turn has a chance of removing any stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, fear through fear. Yeah, sounds interesting, but it's just a chance. Of course, you're not gonna go and use this when it had such a low chance of 25%. So they increased that. When you have it at 6 star, it's gonna be a 40% chance of filling this champion's turn meter by 20% when hit, and it's gonna have a 25% chance of removing the debuff. Now, it got a bit increased, but I still don't think this is good enough, right? Polymorph counters this as well, more or less, because if you have Polymorph, nobody's gonna try to use stun, freeze, sleep, provoke, etc. on you. So it kind of like becomes irrelevant. And add the High Awakening bonus whenever this champion is hit by an enemy while under any of the debuffs mentioned above, has a chance of partially filling the champion's turn meter. They kind of like modify this a bit with the High Awakening. So that's Chainbreaker. It did become a bit better, but honestly, it's still gonna be as it was before, unused. Dark Resolve. So this one right here is very similar with the other one, but is the rare version and has a chance of blocking any freeze, provoke, and true fear debuffs whenever an enemy tries to place them on the champion. And this goes all the way up to 25% at 6 star with no cooldown. But again, would anyone use this over Phantom Touch? Would anyone use this over anything else that you have available? Of course no, because this is just an RNG, a very low chance for you to get any benefits out of it. So of course we're not gonna use these blessings. Incinerate. These are my favorite ones because, yeah, these are the no-brainer ones to me. So before, this works only in arena. It's still the same, right? Nothing actually changed. What it changed is the damage. So increases damage from HP burn debuffs by 100% at 5 star. And at 6 star, decreases enemy's turn meter when they receive damage from HP burn debuffs. I just don't think this is enough. Only works in arena. Like, we cannot use HP burn and poisons in arena because we have ships everywhere. And we have stone skin, we have immunity, we have cleansers. These are just not gonna work in arena unless they're just making them to ignore everything, including stone skin, etc. Then they're gonna start working, but I don't see them doing that first. And I don't know if they're planning to bring some crazy stupid champions in the near future that are completely gonna break the meta and we're gonna see HP burn and poisons. And Little Dose is the same. And yeah, High Awakening will ignore 35% of each target's resistance when placing poison debuffs on enemy champions in arena. Again, we cannot use this in arena, player. I'm like, come on, make it for all the games. Same with this one, Incinerate. Don't lock them only in arena, and then yeah, people won't be using only Brimstone and Phantom Touch because you give them more options. Moving over to Indomitable Spirit. This has a chance of blocking, stun, sleep, fear, similar with the other one that we just discussed before. And again, they increase the chance to 5% when you have it at 6 star and is no cooldown. Again, I wouldn't use this over Phantom Touch. Life Harvest. This one was destroying a portion of revived enemies' max HP whenever they are revived. So it's something that I haven't really used because it's hard to justify it as well, you know. So if you're looking right here, they actually modified it so it doubled at 6 star, destroys enemies max HP by 40%, fills 30% of this champion's turn meter. Is decent, don't get me wrong, is decent. Again, I find it pretty hard to use it on any champions. Like if I would go in PvP, they need to be long fights, and yeah, you revive your nukers, you revive the other champions, you're dropping 40% HP, but then I just don't think is enough to really have an impact, you know what I mean? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But this is definitely a good improvement on the blessings, but still I don't think it's good enough. Miracle Heal. So this is something that, yeah, I am actually using this on some champions that are rare champions, and I know I'm using them in content where they actually get their enemy max their HP destroyed, you know. And this got increased pretty nice. So at 6 star it's still 100% chance, but restores destroyed HP equal to 30%. And I wish it would be guaranteed at lower stars as well, not only at 100%, at 6 star to be 100%, you know. But has a chance of restoring a portion of any destroyed HP whenever this champion heals themselves or an ally. The amount of HP restored is equal to a percentage of the heal. So decent change, nothing too crazy. Survival Instinct. So this is something that I'm running on my Godseeker and Eerie. I would run on Apothecary. I would run on the Spirit Host. Mainly all the rare support champions. Let me put it like that. So partially fills this champion's turn meter whenever a debuff is placed, spread, or transferred onto them. Occurs once per enemy turn. High Awakening. The turn meter fill has no turn restrictions. So in order to have no turn restrictions, you need to go to 6 star, and then you're gonna get this champion's turn meter filled by 10% without having a cooldown on it, basically. That's kind of like how it works, because it works once per turn, so you don't need to take turns. That's what it is. Moving over to Phantom Touch, let's see what they've done to it. I actually haven't checked it yet, but let's have a look. So before, it had a chance at 1 star of 20% to inflict bonus damage, at 5 star 100%. What it changed right now is in the next way. At 1 star is a 15% chance, at 3 star is a 30% chance, at 5 star is a 75% chance instead of 100, and at 6 star is what it used to be at 6 star before, but then it kind of like got all the good stuff from the 5 star. I don't think it's necessarily a massive nerf to it, honestly. Like, yeah, they decreased the chance by 5%, 10% at 3 star, and at 5 star, that's where the real impact comes in. That's when you're gonna notice that, yeah, it was a nerf. But I still think that the blessing is gonna do the job, and it's still gonna be the best choice out of all the rare ones when we're talking about Clan Boss, just generally Fire Knight when we're talking about other content like that. So yeah, I don't think is that bad, the nerf, but is a bit of an impact in there. And probably if you are very close with your 1 key Ultra Nightmare, like you are at 71 million, probably you're gonna notice it. You're gonna feel a bit of a difference depending on the RNG. Brimstone, another one that was a no-brainer right here, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see what changed. Only once my debuff can be active per turn at any point. Nothing changed there. It still works in the same way. High Awakening bonus. The Smite debuff will be protected and guaranteed. So what exactly it means? And if you see that, is only starting from 5 star and 6 star. So before, you didn't need it to have, it was going through everything, right? So you were able to land the Smite debuff no matter what. Well, now on the lower lower stars, you're not going to be able to do that. So if, let's just say you're going against a champion that has immunity, and by any chance you're going to try to land a brimstone, a smite on it, it's just not going to go through it unless it's at 5-star. So it's not a massive impact because this was more of a PvE blessing over a PvP, even though every now and then you see quite a few of them being used in PvP because the champions are the people are using the same champions in PvE as well. So at 1 star is a 15% chance instead of 20. What I can tell you here is that at the beginning we had no idea that the masteries will actually increase this, the sniper mastery. So with sniper mastery, you're still going to have a 20% chance of placing it. At 3 star is a 30% chance instead of 40. It does become a bit more oof. At 5 star is 60 instead of 70, and at 6 star is 100%. So even though they are modified a bit, I don't think it's going to be breaking the game whatsoever. So how I mentioned, unless you're extremely close to that 1 key, that's the only time when you're actually gonna notice the difference, right? But my main problem is that they call these no-brainers when we have other blessings that are completely breaking the game, which is just like, come on, like facepalm emoji, bang, you know. Moving over to the last one, guys, is temporal chains, and this one got modified a bit. Like I've mentioned it in plenty of videos, immunity, stone skin, all the divine artifacts, Yumeko, champions that start with a buff, are getting affected by temporal chains instantly, because this was decreasing their speed when they had a buff when you were starting the fight. If they were starting with a shield, etc., I was gonna decrease the speed on all of them. So what they've changed on temporal chains is that when you start the fight, this is not gonna activate on buffs that are already there when you're starting the fight, only when they're gonna get placed after the fight started. So they need to actually get a buff in order for my temporal chains to start working, you know. And yes, Yumeko is not gonna be affected by it anymore. And the main thing with temporal chains was not how it was working. The main thing with temporal chains is that it stacks. So if I'm putting this on 4 champions, my god, I'm literally gonna go first, pretty much no matter what. But these are all the changes on the blessings, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts. They mentioned as well that this is most probably not the last blessing rework. We're gonna have more in the future. They've actually mentioned that in the post. I don't think Phantom Touch and Brimstone are nerfed badly, so they're still gonna be the obvious choice because we don't have any better options. And yes, I am disappointed that they actually haven't worked on the blessings that really needed a bit of a touch. That was all for this video. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.